If you are old enough, you remember exactly where you were when the towers fell. The same is true for one local retired firefighter. He remembers it all, but it's what he did next that the people of Western Washington will never forget. Q13 News anchor Jamie Tompkins has his story.
On a day much the same.
Oh, I think everybody that was in the fire service remembers where they were that day.
In a firehouse. Much the same.
Just so happens one of the guys that was coming on duty came in and he woke us all up and he goes, "Hey, you got to get upstairs and you got to see what's going on in New York."
Sven Shevink knew that nothing would ever be the same.
We got upstairs just about the time that the second plane hit the south tower. And I mean, right then and there, you know, I mean, the room was pretty silent because a lot of us knew that it was going to be a bad day.
South King Fire and Rescue Station 64 is roughly 3,000 miles from where the Twin Towers once stood. But for Sven,
I grew up in New York City. I grew up in Brooklyn.
it is home.
And I watched the towers being built when I was a kid. And to me, it was just surreal that two planes flew into the towers. And with the amount of burning that was going on, and I knew that the size of the planes, all the fuel load and that, I just knew that there were going to be people that were killed.
3,000 miles away, nearly 3,000 people gone.
I really had a bad feeling that some of my friends were not going to come home that day.
20 of Sven's friends from the old neighborhood died that day.
It was an emotional time because I knew friends of mine didn't make it out of there, and some of them that were still that they were digging and they were trying to find remains. Sad fact of that day, a lot of firefighters were found because their bunker gear and their gear basically kept them intact. They were getting to the point where they were using DNA from hairbrushes, things like that, just to try to start, you know, determining who's who.
Determined to honor their memory, Sven came up with a plan.
In one of our trade magazines, they put out a call saying that, hey, if you want a piece of World Trade Center steel, you can put in for it. So when it came up that we got awarded the steel, it was like, since I grew up in New York, it's like, I'm going to go get the steel.
He did just that, along with a fellow firefighter, driving across the country.
We drove about 54 hours straight. We had a trailer that had boards around it, and we had the names of everybody that was lost on 9/11 on that trailer.
They spent time with friends from the FDNY.
We were able to see just the devastation and the destruction. It was still burning, you know. That was what, 6-7 weeks after?
The smoke lingered for weeks, as did the smell and the soot.
People I knew were gone.
The feeling towers over him still.
We won't forget the sacrifice that they made on that day. Most of those people knew what they were getting into when they went into the towers. They knew it was going to be a bad day, but they still went ahead and did their job.
It takes a special kind of person to fill these shoes.
Angle that this goes, if you were to fly, would take you to New York.
Now retired from the job.
I usually just sit, kind of reflect, kind of just, I guess you want to say, go spend some time with the brothers.
He hasn't hung up on the call to serve.
Like it or not, 9/11 was the beginning of a war.
On a day much the same, in a firehouse, much the same.
The day after 9/11, when this country really came together and everybody was taking care of each other.
Sven never forgets to remember all the same.
I don't wish for another 9/11 to happen, but I wish we would go back to being the America that we were on 9/12.
Well, the South King firefighters' remembrance is at 1 p.m. tomorrow outside Firehouse 64. For more information on the foundation and how you can help, go to our website, Q13FOX.com.